Hey everybody, this is Art by Zicky, and in this video I will be drawing the Justice League in 6 classic art styles. So I had an idea one day. I thought, what if I took 6 members of the Justice League and 6 classic art styles or movements and assigned them each numbers to a 6-sided die. I'd roll to get my subject and then roll to see which style I would draw them in. So the following is the result of this little experiment. Now, for Aquaman, he got realism. I don't really need to explain too much about it. Realism is basically drawing a picture to look realistic or more like a photograph. So this is my little digital sketch of Aquaman, and then after I add in a little paint, then we have Aquaman in a more realistic look. I think I really got what I was going for here. You know, he kind of looks like he's under the water. His hair looks a little more real. His face, you can tell it's a real person. I added the scale armor, and this is pretty much the only one I used reference for. So abstract cubism was a movement started in the early 1900s. Images like this of the three musicians and of the Weeping Woman by Pablo Picasso, which uses lines and shapes to show multiple angles simultaneously, causing the abstract appearance and the strange appearance that people tend to associate with it. It might not be for everybody, but it is an interesting way of looking at things. So here's my Batman. This is my first time drawing in this style. And once I've added the colors in here, you can see that I'm sort of, I'm showing both sides of his face at the same time, even though really from this angle you shouldn't be able to see the right side of his face. I'm showing all the different folds and stuff in his cape. I'm thinking I've kind of got it down a little bit. It might not strictly be cubism, but I like it. So pop art was a movement started in the late 1950s, early 1960s, and it uses everyday items or famous people, and even incorporates these items sometimes into the artwork itself. So there's the famous Campbell's tomato soup can and the four Marilyn Monroes by Andy Warhol. They use a lot of bright colors, things like that. So here we have Cyborg, who's looking kind of intense. This is the first time I've ever drawn Cyborg, actually. And I add the colors in here, and I used a lot of Teen Titans logos, Justice League logos, DC and Cyborg logos. Used a lot of bright colors. Used that dotted printing sort of process, the old comic strip process. So I think I kind of achieved what I was really setting out to do here. It's my first time doing this style, and yeah, I think I got it. Impressionism was a movement that started in the late 1800s, and it uses dabs or strokes of color to simulate reflected light realistically on an object, like in the Water Lilies by Claude Monet here. But then, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, came along post-impressionism, in Starry Night here by Vincent van Gogh. We see that it's more symbolic. They use distorted geometric shapes, and it has some aspects of it, but not quite the same. So here we have the Flash running towards us, and after I add in all these little lines, we see lines to represent light reflecting off of him, all through his lightning, and a little bit in the background. I guess it's a mixture of kind of both impressionisms. And I'm sure there's a filter I could have used to do this, but the whole point was to actually do this. So all of these little lines were done by me, by hand, and he kind of looks like he's running through the Speed Force or something. So, yeah, I think it's all right. So, a good example of surrealism is this very famous painting by Salvador Dali, The Persistence of Memory, and the very famous drawing Hands by M.C. Escher. It takes unnatural and dreamlike elements and attempts to merge the subconscious and conscious minds or planes of existence. So, here we have Clark Kent transforming into Superman, but instead of simply transforming into Superman, Superman's going to be emerging from his chest. Now, I drew Clark Kent. I drew all of Clark Kent, even though you're not going to be seeing his face. I just wanted to. So, as I add my second layer, we have Superman emerging from Clark Kent's chest. It is unnatural. It is dreamlike. I use the red and blue color scheme because I've been reading the Superman Red and Blue comic book series from DC Comics, and I wanted to do my own. This is pretty much in line with what I'm used to doing. I do a lot of surreal type work, and I've drawn Superman many times. So pointillism is drawing a picture with dots or dashes that can form an image when seen from a distance, like in these two images here by George Seurat, uh, both very famous images. Basically, the closer together your dots are, the darker your tones, and the farther spaced apart, the lighter your tones will be. So I did my underdrawing here of Wonder Woman in red so that I could do my dots in black and see what I was doing. And here are the dots. So many dots. And yes, there's probably a filter I could have used to do this, but again, that would have defeated the whole purpose. So I did all of these dots by hand. And then I added color because I decided I hadn't suffered enough. But I really think it paid off. This quickly turned into my favorite piece out of the six. Uh, I personally think it looks really good. I did used to do a bit of pointillism back in high school, but I haven't done it in a while, and I am quite pleased with the result. And so there you have it. There are 6 members of the Justice League done in 6 classic art styles. I had a lot of fun doing this exercise, and I actually would do it again. So if anybody has any suggestions for maybe what other team I should start with, maybe the X-Men, maybe the Avengers, maybe another DC team, and different art styles, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Or maybe just tell me which one you like the most out of all 6 of these. I'd love to hear it. I am kind of struggling to make videos lately because my computer is a bit of a dinosaur, and I'm having problems finding editing software that will run properly on it. So I'm no longer able to screen record, unfortunately. Um, I did do all of these images in Sketchbook Pro digitally, which does have a screen record or time lapse option, but only in the mobile version, which is not the version I'm using. So again, if anyone can help me with that, I would appreciate a comment down below. Also, if you like these videos and if you would like to see more like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, if hopefully I can get some more out to you. And if you think of anybody who might also like this video, don't neglect to share it. So until then, have a great day, and thanks for watching.